Well, thank you, Senator Cruz. Ranking Member Cantwell, you're now recognized for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Gilbertson, these infrastructure investments are critical for competition for our many different agriculture products that we grow and export. As I mentioned in my earlier statement, a lot of it comes from the Midwest to Asia through our ports. Port of Longview and Kalam and Vancouver exported 9 million tons of corn, 8 metric tons of wheat, 7 million metric tons of soybeans, again, $6 billion. So we wanted to get there. How do investments in the rail crossing and short line help improve that competitiveness for farmers? And what happens if we lose the $1 billion of investments that we've made so far?
Well, the short lines are critical to that agricultural supply chain. And as you know, the state of the art is a grain car that will hold 100 tons, 286,000 pound car. And some of the short line spinoffs could not handle a car of that weight. So that essentially precluded these railroads from participating in that supply chain. We have an example of our Northern Lines Railway, which is in Minnesota, originates grain shuttle trains that go to the Pacific Northwest ports. And that infrastructure had to be improved to handle those heavier cars. Had we not done that, we would not be a participant in that business to your ports.
So if we didn't have the $1 billion, we'd be less competitive?
Correct.
Okay. I mean, I could be advocating that we should double the number, because that's, I see some nods in the audience, because that's how much the competition is, and that's what we have to do to get product to their destination. And so I'm a big fan of increasing infrastructure investment. That's one of the reasons I'm happy that we're having this hearing, because we know what we've delivered so far. We know that it helped, but yet we're in this environment where we're challenged. Tariffs, cost on infrastructure, all that makes it. So let's at least get the infrastructure investment right. Mr. Anthony, we have one city, Washougal, which is one of the busiest BNSF lines in the nation. Over 30 trains transporting 50% of all rail freight that moves through the state of Washington, basically bottlenecked in this town. And because of that, literally traffic was backing up on Highway 14. It was just ridiculous. So we ended up getting money to improve that, and these improvements have made things a lot better. But we know that we have a demand for this at-grade crossing problem. And what do you think we should do to increase? I mean, I think you could basically increase it 3 times and probably still have a very good economic impact. I don't know what other people say about this. Everybody's affected by it.
Well, first of all, I guess that's a good problem to have in some ways for some communities, but it has to be planned and coordinated with the local governments within the region. As it relates to the safety concerns that we would have on that is engaging the community to make sure that the first responders and the medical professionals and the families that are trying to take their kids to school, that they don't have 2 to 3, 4 hours blocked intersections, which really has impacted the lives of residents in and out of the region. The stories that we're hearing of residents crawling through trains to get to their jobs, having to go 2 miles to another medical facility because they can't get to the existing one. So all local government is saying is that we want to partner with the rail industry to make sure that the artificial intelligence and other information that they're using to plan includes access and information loaded in that system from local communities. So we want to say—
You support more money for—
100%.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that, because
100%.
I need you to say—
Yes, we support more money.
I mean, I've talked about this issue so long in my state that someone visiting one of my neighbors stopped me on the street and said, do you know what happens in California? I said, no, what? And they said, literally, the trucks can't deliver the product to the port.
Right.
And they're outside, the train is blocking. Literally, people will get out of their truck and walk to go put their time card in to show that they showed up on time, and then walk all the way back and get back in their truck. So this is, beyond this community problem. This is about us being very competitive. We worry about this because we have Prince Rupert, Vancouver, British Columbia, and somebody can make another choice. So this is about making this investment. So thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman. I just will say for the record, I like your comments on full understanding of what is being moved through the communities, that requirement of communication between city leadership and railroads and first responders is critical. So thank you for that testimony.
Thank you, Senator Cantwell. Senator Moreno.